Welcome back, my folks. Our objective today is the power grid. Really what we're talking about is how we get our electricity today, our power grid, and how it's organized. Do I have an Alicia today?
No, see you
No.
for that. Yeah, that's good.
What?
I forgot, like, I don't know if you got enough stuff together.
Nice. Okay, today is the 21st. Okay, but I got some folks at home. Hello, folks at home. I got Alessandra, I got Isaiah, and Inessa. So I got A, I, and I.
Hey, Isaiah.
Oh, you need a test.
It happened recently when I was living there, when I was
Explain.
there on Thursday last week, last we were here, I saw the test one of the kids, like, yeah, I heard how much problem about games, and they were, you can't get games. In Germany, you can't, it's weird. Because like, I think it's always from, he was in America.
Okay, so, folks, we need to catch up and then fly this hour, because we got a lot to do this hour to get you up to snuff and done with electromagnetism, basically. So, folks at home, I want to show you this demo as well as folks here. I finally got it working, and I'm going to focus them in on that, and hopefully you guys in on that as well. I want them to be able to see the 2 voltmeters and this. Okay, so the one I didn't get working yesterday, I got working last night. Here we go. On this side, we've got 900 windings in our coil. So on this side, we've got 300 windings. So the ratio would be 3 to 1. Okay, you got 3 to 1 ratio. And look closely. I'm sending out 2 volts. I'm sending it out to this side. So this would be the side. What did we learn on our little worksheet yesterday? I'm sending the voltage, so that's the side. What's the name of that? Folks at home too. This side, check out, find the name.
I don't have that.
I'm going to give it to you, Aaron. So what's the name of that? That's the side. Oh, it's written right on there. Try and find it. No, it's a transformer, of course, but that's not the side. Somebody at home know? What side is this where the power goes to first? First, hint, 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 first. The primary coil. So here it is. This is the primary side. I got 2 volts coming in. Here we go. My voltmeter is set for 1, 2, 3. So I should be at 2. On the other side, I've got a 1 to 3 ratio. So predict what should it be over here. So I got 2 volts coming in, 1 to 3 ratio. What should it be over here? I got 2 hands. I want some more. It should be. I still got 2 hands. I want some more. 1 to 3 ratio. 2 coming in. I know it's morning, but you can multiply that, I'm sure. Gonna be what? 5? 6. So I got my voltmeter on up going up to 15. So it's gonna be 5, 10, 15 to use the thing, okay? All right, let's try it out. Cross your fingers. Yeah, okay, I got pretty close to 2 volts here. And this is 5, 10, 15, so by golly, 6 volts. Oh, hell, I know. I worked a half an hour last night after school. Here we go. So we got this side going then up in voltage, so it's a transformer. Which of the 2 types is it? The voltage is going up, so it's a transformer. Ethan? Step down. No, it would be a step up because the voltage is going up. Okay, so Right, so step up, like the first one, right? It's going up. So that was 1 to 2, the one we did is 1 to 3. Okay, presto changeo, ready? Turn off the power, and watch carefully. Da-da, 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 da-da. Oh! No extra charge for the drama. I did that for Mr. Felt, he'd be happy. Romeo, oh, never mind. Here we go. Let's do that. Okay. First, just because I'm superstitious. All right. Okay. Now I got a 3 to 1 ratio. I'm sending in the voltage in on this side, the current in on this side. So that's 3 to 1. And I'm going to send in, I'm not going to send in 2. Let's send in 12. Could somebody prop it open, please? So that doesn't happen every freaking day. Okay, so I'm going to send in 12. So I got to move my voltmeter so it can handle 12. So now it's set for 5, 10, 15. Hopefully 12 coming in. 3 to 1. How much should I expect on the other side? I'm sending in 12. What should I expect on the other side? Ayala? 4 volts. Here we go. Let's see if she's got it. And what am I sending in? 15. It's close to 15. That's not perfect. And over here, hey, 4 volts. Not 15. No, what did I say? 12. Yeah, so that's close to 12. So 12 and 4. So we divide 12 by 3, right? 3 to 1 ratio. So this is a transformer. Let's see if folks at home can get it. Hey, Alessandra knew that. Thanks, Alessandra. Okay, so folks at home, this is a type of transformer. Ooh, everybody here knows. Let's see if some folks there know too. So type it in for me, folks at home. Appreciate you're working with me. Sino? Step down transformer because Hannah, the voltage is going down. Now, you might be wondering why yeah, some of you knew that. Alexandra knew that. Andy Nessa knew that. Thank you very much for folks at home. Okay, the big question is, Mr. Weiss, why should we care? Okay, because we use these all the time. Question for everybody, including folks at home. Have you ever driven by some kind of like fenced off area and it looks like there's lots of scary high voltage stuff on the other side? Either from a train you might see it or a car or whatever. And what you're going to see is, and now I'm going to put these folks so they can see the board. What you're going to look for is this sort of area. There's some fence. And behind it, you'll see lots of this stuff. There's lots of wires coming in, lots of like these cones. And there's all sorts of wires, scary wires going in and out of here. They look like Christmas trees, but they're made of like steel. That's a transformer station. If you've never noticed one, notice it next time when you're traveling, which may be someday soon, given our numbers of Corona look much better. Transformer station. Why do we need that? Okay, here's where we got to talk about our power grid. So we'll see how much of this you remember from 7th grade. I also got to look and see if anybody else joined me. No, I still got the same 4. Well, as my dad would say, the important people are here. So thank you 4 at home for joining us.
Same amount.
Same amount, yeah. So, okay. Power. What's it measured in? What's power measured in? You can tell them, but I mean, I really told them, For every class hour, you should not be here. I can't write an invitation for every hour of my class every
But
day.
we're online too, right?
Yeah. So next week, when you guys are in school, Tuesday through Friday, just show up at my website and it'll be online.
Did you guys remind?
The power and watts.
Good. So if you have like a whatever watt hair dryer or you have something else, a stove or something, it'll be in watts. Okay, so power, it's got more than one equation to make power, but I'm going to give you, well, let's see, do another one? Good. So one is energy over time. That's the one you might have learned last year. But we need a different one for power this year. Do you remember, Kai?
It's on here for current and voltage.
Yeah. Did we talk about this last time or not?
Yes.
Oh, we did. So we got PIV already. Oh, hallelujah. Okay, so what we're really talking about then is, yeah, right, the bell rang. Here's our problem. In the industry, in the power making industry, the people that make power at coal burning power plants around Berlin and whatever else. The problem is consumers, that's you and I, okay? Consumers need lots of current. Why? Well, give me some stuff in my household that we gotta run. Probably maybe some things that take a lot of current. What's some stuff in your household, your house or apartment or whatever that you gotta run, huh?
The light.
The lights, I gotta run the lights. Give me something else. I gotta run Cena.
I don't know the washing.
The washing machine. I gotta run what Rose said. Thank you, Nessa knew that too. Yeah, lights, exactly. Washing machine, Aaron.
Was the TV?
I gotta run the TV. Right, I gotta run the refrigerator. That's running all the time too. I gotta run the
I mean, I just pulled out a lot of the kids pretty comfortable back.
Thank you. Let me write that down. Thank you, Hannah, for checking that. Appreciate it. Okay, Spanish test. Ole, hola. Okay, Spanish test. Sorry, gotta move you for a second. Okay, stove. Yeah, stove, Isaiah, right? That takes a lot of heating. Heating water, yeah, if you got water heaters, that takes a lot of heat as well. Some of those need a lot of current. So here's the wire. And just so we remember, right, like Sina, in the wire, the are moving. What is electricity? The electrons. So think of these guys as moving. But you know what? If it's high current, I got a lot of these suckers. And they're not alone in here, okay? Here's the direction. It doesn't really matter. Here's a cord. Let's say they're moving through there. But there's a lot of them, and they're not alone in there. They got the copper wire in there too, so there's lots of copper atoms. Okay, here you are trying to get through the S-bomb. You're trying to walk through to get to the other end. It's full. What's going to be happening between you and the other end? What's going to happen, huh?
It's hard to get.
Hard to get through. Are you hitting a lot of people on the way? Absolutely. Is there a lot of friction? What will that do to the temperature of the wire and the electrons?
It's
Going to heat up. So, problem. The more current, the more friction. And my other hour said, I get it, the wire heats up and it explodes. No, it doesn't explode, okay? Everybody wants things to explode. but it does do this. So there's more lost as So if I got a lot more friction, there's something lost, Isabella? Yeah, I'm losing energy. Is that good in terms of money? No. Is it good in terms of environmental efficiency? No. So you see our problem now, okay? So more energy is lost as heat. In other words, heating the wires doesn't really help anybody unless you're a cold bird or something, okay? So, can these folks still see that? Kind of. You know, I'm gonna put this aside. And move them over here. Because I want you guys at home to see it just as well as you can. Make a big mess, but I don't really care. Okay, so. Heated wires, not good for price or the environment. Here's the solution. Here's the solution. And the solution you and I are going to draw is a little like a little cartoon. Okay, here's the power plant. Draw yourself a power plant. Power plant. You can put some smokestacks on it if you want. Like the one I used to live by tells us. So there's your power plant. Now, we want to send out the electricity with a low amount of amps because I don't want to heat the wires. So let's send out a wire, and we're going to call this low current. But guess what? To be low current, I've actually got to have voltage to do it. Can you guess what makes sense? If the current's low, the voltage got to be, somebody said it, raise your hand. Got to be high. So low voltage, low current, high voltage. Yeah, okay, Alessandra, Nessa right there. Yeah, exactly right. Good. Okay, then what we're going to do is we're going to use a now, before I get to the consumer. I'm going to use a transformer. So think of this being at a transformer station. Remember that thing I said was behind like wire fencing? Okay. Here's a consumer. All right, that's you. Let's see you live in a cute little house. All right, there's the cat window. Okay, so you want high current because you've got a lot of stuff to run, and therefore you need lower voltage. So this line going towards you, I'm going to put some arrows. What kind of transformer? Folks at home can answer this as well. So I'm going from the power plant. We're going to see how much it is too. The power company makes a high voltage and low current. You need a high current, so low voltage. So I need a transformer here to do the job. How about Aaron? Can you help me out? So take a guess. Which kind of transformer do I need? I'm going to go from high to low voltage.
Step down.
Step down, right on. So I need a step down transformer. Can I abbreviate that to trans? Don't take it personally. Okay. So step down transformer. I just can't fit it in there. Okay, then on the way back. So now I got a high current and a low voltage, but I don't want to send it back very far. I want most of the way to go to be a low current so that I can do less heating of the wires. So on the way back, I gotta do what sort of transformer? What sort of transformer? Uh-huh, a step up. Because if I get higher voltage, then I get lower. Yeah, exactly. Step up, how about transformer? Okay, so, okay, so on the way back, same thing, I want high voltage, low current. So that's a scoop. And the transformer station with all these weird cones and cables and wires and stuff, that's both of those are in there, step up and step down transformers. So that, my friends, is how we get our power and how we get the power correctly. They send it out, they transform it, and can I be really honest? There's more than one transformer station between you and the power company. There's another one or two that kind of changes the voltage. But it's okay, as long as you understand I gotta change it at some point to get to me. So I got more current. Because remember, you're saying, we want current. And that's really, especially with the last 20 years with computers and loading your Akku and everything all the time, you get, the consumers want a lot of current, more than ever. And the power plant's got to deliver. That is what I call the power grid. Isaiah knew that too, and Alessandra, step up. Thank you, Isaiah. Thank you, Alessandra. Righto. Righto. Okay, now, folks here and folks at home, I can start breathing a little easier because we got through the part that I was worried we didn't get through. We're going to now look at this, the back of this. So from yesterday, folks at home, we had this transformer sheet. I want you to turn, and for you at here, it's going to be the back side. For people at home, it'll be the same document as the transformer, but it's down a little bit. And you can answer questions with us in your notes, but you may want to find that document and pull that up and look at it a bit, okay? We're going to read some, and then people will help me fill in some of the information here from this, okay? Now, look at the cartoon at the top. Everybody there? So the back side there? If you find the cartoon at the top of this thing, you'll see there's power being made, and then at the other end, there's like somebody's house. What kind of power? What kind of power is in this cartoon, by the way? Look closely at the left picture. Something we don't have around here. What kind of power is that? One person knows. Let's see if some others can kind of recognize it there. Yeah, the power lines, but they're coming from what, Isabella?
It's like, it's like a dam.
Yeah, there's a dam, and then there's water flowing. And the water runs something that spins really fast.
Oh, like a mirror? So,
It's like a mule, but it's underwater, you know what I mean? And so it's a
turbine?
turbine. And remember, you've been out in the Brandenburg area, probably, and you've seen the wind turbines, right? Think of like the equivalent being underwater. So the water from the top of the dam goes down, and that's where they're showing us the waterfall. And it goes through, and this is not in the picture, it goes through a turbine and spins the turbine in a generator and connected to a generator. The generator spins and I get electricity. So that's called, thank you, hydroelectric, right? Hydro for water, right? Electric for electric. So hydroelectric power, right? Oh. Now we don't have that around Berlin. We burn coal. Okay. We burn coal and we make steam, and the steam makes the generator go and turn connected to the steam turbine. Okay. That power, once it's made, is sent at how many volts? Just so I see you watching the cartoon. Is sent at how many volts? Kai? First 6,000, and then once they get it to the first station, 120,000 volts. Wow, don't put your hand on that, right? And although it's feeding up, although it's really high voltage, it's probably pretty low what? See that? Current. Okay, so remember, that's to make the heating in the lines less. And then they're gonna do, and here see this next picture? That's a crappy picture of a transformer station. Even my picture looks better than that one. But what are you gonna do? Right? And then the consumer, this is in the US, so the voltage is 120 volts. Here in Europe, what's the voltage? It wouldn't be 120, it'd be what? At the consumer level. What do you guys use at home? How many volts? You know, Ayala? Oh, I'm glad I asked. Okay, so in North America, it's 120 volts or 110. Here it's, you know, it's not? No, it's not quite that much, 220. It's like double. So 220, 240. The reason for that is that the United States developed a power grid first, a few years before Europe, back like 1900. Europe, when they developed it, it was found that you could like be a little more efficient at a higher voltage. So they more or less decided to have it at 220 instead of 110 in North America. That's why if you go back and forth to the States, as many of our students do, you need to have some transformer automatically in your laptop or your handy or whatever, your charging device. And most all of them have that in there, whether you realize it or not. So inside most of your electronic devices, you've got a little tiny transformer, so I can charge in North America or in Europe. Before that time, you needed to get a big old frickin' transformer, buy one. Right? I had one that my sister visited, and she had her hairdryer from the US, and she had to plug that in, transformer, and get 220 volts instead of 110 volts. Anyway, it was too much and it burnt out the transformer anyway. But that's right. That happens. Okay. All right. Life is that way sometimes, right? Yeah. Inessa knew that too. Hydroelectric power. Yeah. Oh, close. Not hydraulic, hydroelectric. But anyway. Okay, let's read a little bit. So here we go. Aaron, will you read, please, where it says many power companies?
Many power companies provide power to cities that are far from the generators. Consider a city of 100,000 persons who each use continually 120 watts of power, equivalent to the operation of two 60-watt light bulbs per person. The power constantly consumed is 100,000 persons times 120 watts, divided by person equals 12 million watts.
Good. And you're right, 12 million watts. And the big M is what metric prefix? Do you know it for grins? What's the capital M? See the 12 M watts? Let's see if somebody knows at home. One person knows here. You got a guess? Now, it stands for million. It's what word?
Mega.
Mega. So so if you want to write that in there, the capital M stands for megawatts. Hey, how many megawatts did you use last year? Pretty many. Okay, let's continue on and do number one. So, Hannah, can you read what we're trying to do? What current?
What corresponds to the amount of power of the common 120 watts?
Okay, so there's our PIV equation, P equals IV, and so they're sticking stuff in. Somebody solve for I for me. So what would be over what? How about chi, can you solve for I? I'm gonna write number one here so they can see it. So it'd be what number over what once you solve for I? Chi?
Would be the 12 million over 120.
You got it. So 12 million watts. What's that? Over 120 volts. Now, you know an old math trick, right? I cross out some zeros, right? And then I got what? I got that divided by 12. So it ends up being, can you do the math mentally? It's actually,
100,000.
I think it's 100,000. Is that right?
Yeah.
Or is it a million? I got 12. Yeah, no, it's 100,000. Yeah.
Zero.
Exactly, you got rid of the zero. Nice, I was on good thinking. So 100,000, and it's now current, so it'd be 100,000, what label? I is the letter, and then it's measured in what sort of thing? Starts with an A. You know it, huh? Amps. Right. Is that a little or a lot of amps? That's a lot of amps. That's a lot of amps. Woo-wee. That's a ton of amps. Don't, one touch of that, you'd be toast. Even getting close to that, you'd be toast. That's a lot of current.
So voltage times the current is what?
It is. And it's weird because it ends up being around the same as energy per time. That's
Oh,
also what a watt is. You might have learned last year.
huh,
Ends up
okay.
giving the same kind of thing, which you may find out in an advanced class why that is. Okay, so let's go to Ayala. Can you read this is?
More power will be dissipated in the form of heat and will reach the power station. Fortunately, the important quantity is IV and not IR. Power companies transmit power over long distances at very high voltages, so that the current in the wires is low and heating of the power lines is minimized.
Okay, so that same thing. We don't want to heat the line, so now we're going to change it. Ba-da-ba, number 2. So number 2, if the 12 megawatts of power is transmitted at 120,000 volts, the current is what? Okay, so help me out here. What goes where? So I'm going to write number 2 here on the board. And just so I know you're following, what number's on top, what number's on the bottom? How about Ethan? Help me out. So I got watts divided by Ethan. How many volts do we want?
So 120,000 volts.
Okay, I'll put that at the bottom. And the top, we said, that's what amount?
Well,
How many watts?
12 million.
12 million, exactly. You got it. So, folks at home, we're talking 12, this is number 2. Okay, we're talking 12 million watts divided by 120,000 volts. Well, a lot of those zeros are going to cancel, aren't they? Look at that. Da-da, 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 da-da. So I got what? 1,200 divided by 12. Just going to be what number, Al? I think it's 100, isn't it? 100 amps. Okay, go back to reading. How about Cena? Now it says this amount of current.
This amount of current can be carried in a long distance power line with only small power losses due to heating, normally less than 1%. But the corresponding high voltages wired to houses will be very dangerous. The step down transformers are used in the city.
All right, we said that to give a lower voltage once it gets to your home. Huge. Okay, number 3, this is like, okay, so what ratio of primary turns, and those are loops they call them turns on this paper, to secondary turns should be on a transformer to step 120,000 down to 2,400. Whoa, okay, so see if you can do that mentally. If not, you can pull out a calculator and do it. Somebody at home can do it as well. So what do we got? What ratio, primary to secondary? We want to step it down, 12,000 to 2,400. And I'm going to ask Kai, when you get there, let us know what you get. Or somebody at home, let's see if they got it. No, nobody at home's registered yet. So we're at number 3. See if you can divide it, either mentally or with the calculator. What would be the ratio of loops, so to speak? Okay. All right, I got an answer at home, and I want to check it with somebody here. Kai, do you got an answer for me? And then we can kind of see if it agrees with my answer at home.
I think I'm looking up entering it in. 1 second.
Oh, yeah, okay, so 120,000 divided by 2,400. That would be swell, Kai, and then I can see if my answer at home is correct. Super, as did Inessa, so it is. So think about what that means. If it's stepping down, then the ratio is what? 50 to 1. Thanks, Ayala. So 50 to 1. Remember, remember this one is like 3 to 1, so it's way different than that one. Okay, number 4, yeah? Going the other way, right? So can you read for Sina, please?
What ratio of primary terms to secondary terms should be on the transformer step 2,400 volts down to 120 volts?
That we could probably do mentally. Aaron?
20 to 1?
Good job. So she's got it 20 to 1. And it's another step down, isn't it? Because I'm going from high to low voltage, aren't I? So 20 to 1. Now, number 5 is kind of a wacky question. Osman, what do they want to know at number 5?
No, wait. Number 5, okay. What is the main benefit of AC compared to DC power?
Okay. Let's hear some guesses. Sin, you got a guess? What's the benefit of AC compared to DC? Remember our little generator? What did we make? Do you remember what the voltmeter was doing? What did we make in our little stations? What kind of power? What did the little voltmeter do? Did it do this or did it do this? It did this. So we made what sort of voltage? What kind is that? Is that alternating or direct? Alter, because the direction's alternating, right? Yeah, alternating current. Exactly. So, we didn't know that. Okay, AC is alternating current, DC is direct current. All right, sorry. Okay, so it's alternating. And then answer number 5, why do we use that? Because that's what the power plants make. I don't quite understand the question, to be honest. So if you have a generator like the ones we had and we turned yesterday, or was it 2 days ago, whenever we did that, and we turn it, half the time it's a positive voltage, half the time it's negative. So I think the answer is number 5, it's used because generators produce, whatever you want to say, alternating current, not direct current. So it makes sense we're going to send that to our household lines. Let me make it even more obvious for all of us. I might have shown this graph before, I don't know. Okay, here's your graph. This is voltage. And this is, before my pen runs out, time. So I got voltage, I got time. This is positive voltage, that's negative. So here's what's produced, ready? Okay, and that, folks, is current. Alternating current. Makes sense, right? The voltage is alternating, isn't it? What if we sent direct? How much of that could we use? Only half of it. Wouldn't that be stupid? So if we only use direct current, half it would be more or less wasted. Now, that having been said, you know when you charge your handy, your Akku, yeah, it's a battery. It uses direct current. Guess how much of the power you use when you charge your battery? Half. And I don't know if the other half is just unused, to be honest, or if it's wasted. I don't really understand quite that part. But you use half of it. You only use like, if I'm charging my phone, I use like the bottom or top half, one or the other. Isn't that wild? So you can change AC to DC. Some of you might have this anyway for devices. It's called an AC-DC adapter. So you can plug something into a wall. And that's what that is. It's just taking half that product. Right? Because DC, that's AC, isn't it? Alternating current. DC looks like this. Here's DC. Here's your voltage, here's time, here's DC. It's really boring. Direct current. Because it delivers the same voltage the whole time. And that's from like a battery or an akku. It's a German word, I better capitalize it, huh? I get in trouble with the German teacher. Are there two A's in it, two K's, am I right? Or is it just one K? All right, I think there's two. As your German teacher, I could have screwed up there. Good. Questions from you so far about this, or anybody at home? Okay, so I want to make sure you got the big idea before we finish off. We're pretty close. Here's the big idea. I got power in coming into the lines. That's like the company power plant. Oops, not plant. Kraftwerk, okay. It's going to equal the power out. The power out is basically you, the consumers. So the power is equal. So what does that mean? Okay, at the power plant, we're going to have, what do we want? We want a big voltage descent and we want a small current. But when it gets to you, we want a big and a small Big, got it? You got it. So it's going to look like this. Times. Oh, and those are equal too. Isn't that kind of cool? So it makes sense. It's the same amount of power. They don't like invent power to get to your homes. It's just that I got more current, less voltage. When it's produced, like on the little cartoon at the top, I got a lot of voltage and less current. That is our current situation today in the power lecture here. Okay, you guys are pretty well set. Good. Questions from you or questions anybody at home? That's the power grid. If you understand that, you kind of know how you're getting your electricity and how it goes back. And that's a big part of our world that we usually don't think about. Okay? Cool. And the demo even works. Happy Friday indeed. Okay. Okay. So, folks at home, we'll see you here next week. Folks here, we're going to see you next week at home. Same bat channel, same bat place. So tune into the website. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.